Hello, good people. It's another awesome time together. I'm very excited. I'm very happy to be with you all, and I believe you are too. I hope you're ready with your jotters, with your writing materials, because today is gonna be wow. Today will be exciting. Today will be awesome, and it's going to be engaging. Okay, I need you to bring in your point, bring in your questions, bring in your concerns, and then we'll go there. Today we are looking at a review of the book titled Atomic Habits. I hope you've all read that book. If you've read it, put in the chat box, yes, I have read it. If you're impacted by the book, put in the chat box, yes, I've read it and I was impacted. I learned a lot from the book. You're highly welcome. So hello, welcome everyone to today's awesome class. We are thrilled to have you. In today's webinar, which promises to be very enlightening, it promises to be empowering experience. Whether you're here to deepen your understanding of habit formation, or you're seeking practical strategies for personal growth, or you're simply curious about the principles outlined in the book Atomic Habits, you're in the right place. So get ready to unlock the secrets to a life of productivity, to a life of success and lasting change. My name is Enobong Ekarika, and you're highly welcome to today's session. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome back on our topic, 30 Nuggets of Wisdom, a dive into Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's going to be a book summary, it's going to be a book review, and we are going to look at some life-changing insights. You're welcome. So today we are looking at the core principles, the core theme and principles of the book Atomic Habits. Okay, we are going to look at a summary of the book. We are going to review it. We are going to look at some insights, and we are going to get to understand the psychology of habits, the psychology of habit formation, to practical techniques that will enhance you or empower you to implement this positive change in your life. We are going to cover it all. So get ready to gain value. Get ready to get good insights, actionable strategies, and inspiration to make your habits and your life to the next level. You're highly welcome. Now we are looking at James Clear, who is the author of this book, Atomic Habits. This book, like stated here, is a game changer. And this book combines scientific insight with actionable advice. We are going to look at some insights, scientifically based, with actionable advice that will make it, and it makes it accessible, it makes it available to you all. It's a must read. when we are looking at self improvement, when you're looking at personal development, this is a must read. So, without much ado, let's dive into atomic habits and uncover the secret. But first of all, what is habit? Why is it important? We say that habits are the invisible architecture of our lives. Habits are those invisible architecture of our life that shapes our actions. It shapes our thoughts, and ultimately it shapes our destinies. That means that we look at in this book today, we are going to look at the significance of habits. We are going to check on understanding their power, understanding their influence on every aspect of our existence, and then we are going to look at how it affects us both personally and professionally. That means that habits are the foundation on which our life is built. Habits is the foundation on which our lives are built. That means that the rituals, the routines that determines our daily life, that's what is habits. Okay, we said there are the rituals and routines that govern our daily behaviors, even operating beneath the surface of our conscious awareness. That means there are things that we even do without being conscious, without being aware of it. That means that from the moment we wake up to the moment we fall asleep, okay, habits dictate how we navigate the world. Habit shapes our decision, it shapes our actions, it shapes our outcome. That means that the power of habits is very key for us to harness. Now, let's quickly look at 30 key lessons from the book Atomic Habits. Number one is small habits matter. A whole lot of people want to improve big habit. They want to create big habits, big improvement. But I want you to know that you can start small, okay? You can start with tiny improvements. You can focus on getting 1% better every day. That means key lesson one, small habits matter. And like we said, tiny improvement will always compound over time. And then we say you can focus on, okay, let me get 1% better every day. As you're getting 1% better every day, cumulatively, you'll be surprised at how much you are. Even if you want to build a good habit of studying, you want to be a good reader, you want to take more care of your health, or you want to build your, have more time for physical development, exercise, you can be 1% better each day. No matter how tiny the effort, that consistency is key. That means key lesson one, small habits matter. Let's look at lesson two, system over goals. I learned something very interesting from this book. Most times we focus so much on goal setting. We focus on, oh, I want to achieve a car. I want to buy a car in the next 6 months. I want to lose weight to this particular size in the next 5 months, in the next 1 year. Those are goals. But he said, instead of focusing on goals, we can focus on systems. How can we build systems that will help us achieve what we are doing? Okay, that means number two is system over goals. Number three, identity based habits. It says change your behavior first. Change your behavior first by first changing your self image. For instance, a smoker, if you're trying to stop the habit of smoking and someone offers you a cigarette, if you've seen yourself as a non-smoker, you will say, I don't smoke. But someone who is trying to work on himself to stop smoking could just say, oh, I'm trying to stop smoking, so please, I don't want to smoke. But someone who has seen it as his identity, see your goal as your identity, is already saying, I don't smoke. That means that see yourself where you are going, even if you're not there yet. Okay? You're not yet a multi-billionaire, but you can identify as a multi-billionaire. It's going to direct your habits. You're not yet as fit, physically fit as you want, but when you see yourself as a physically fit person mentally, as your identity, is going to guide your process of change. Another key lesson from that book is habits shape identity. Habits reflect who you believe you are. Our habits reflect who we believe you are. That means that your daily habit will determine, it will reflect how you see yourself. It will reflect who you really are in your core. So habits shape identity. Number 5, there's what we call plateau of latent potentials. Plateau of latent potentials. What are we saying? Breakthroughs come after consistent effort. There are scenarios where you feel like the motivation is down, but if you're consistent despite motivation, whether you're highly motivated or not, you will succeed. You will achieve that habit you really want to look for. That means that plateau of latent potential, breakthroughs come after consistent effort. Another one here is time magnifies habits. Time magnifies habits. That means that good habits make time your ally. They make time, and then bad habits make it your enemy. That means that take advantage of time. Bring out the best in your habit, and you'll be surprised at what you achieve at the end of the day. So time, utilize time. Don't waste your time. Make good use of your time in building a set habit that you're pursuing. Okay? That means that give good time, allocate good time to the habit you're trying to create, and then reduce as much as possible the time in your life that gives room to bad habits to thrive. Increase the time for your good habits and reduce the time for your bad habits. Goals versus system. We talked about goals versus system earlier. Goals are about winning, systems are about continuous play. That's one of the lessons in the book Atomic Habits. Goals versus systems. Then we have the 4 laws of behavior change. The 4 laws of behavior change. Number 1 is make it obvious. Make the behavior you want to achieve obvious. Assuming you want to increase your water intake. You can be carrying a bottle of water to anywhere you're going, your office, the market, anything you're doing, you should just have water around you. And then in the house, let it be obvious. Make the habit you want to change, you want to inculcate, obvious. Okay? If you want to have more time for workouts, for exercises, ensure that your exercise kits are obvious around you. Then number 2 law of behavior changes, make it attractive. Make that behavior that you're trying to, associate pleasure with good habits. Make it attractive. Then law 4 is make it easy. Find a way to simplify the process of habit formation. Okay? Then make it satisfying. That means you reward yourself for positive behaviors. Another thing is environment matters. From this book, Atomic Habits, we've come to realize that environment matters. The kind of environment you are determines the habit you can inculcate. It will determine the habit you can control and the habit you cannot control. If you are aware, maybe you want to be a non-smoker, okay? but you're hanging around those who smoke, you will smoke. But if you hang around those who don't smoke, you will see that you are not, that habit is being broken. Another thing you should also realize, there's an adage that says, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. That means that your friend matters. We are a accumulation of at least the 5 people around us. This accentuates the fact that environment matters. Shape your surroundings, to support your desired habit. We'll talk in details, as we proceed on habit stacking. Okay, that means that you should pair new habits with existing routines. There are things you do every day. Pair a new habit you're trying to, create with something you're doing currently. Then we have cue, craving, response, and reward. There's what we call habit loop. The habit loop is that there's a trigger. Cue is like a trigger. Okay? And now, what it does is that it will create that craving for a particular thing, for a particular action, for a particular habit, and then your response. That means that you can create the right cues that can enable you build the habit of your choice. You want to be a better reader, you want to be more time conscious. Create something that triggers that. Create something that creates a craving for that. Create something that with that craving you take the action, the right response, and always reward yourself. Always reward yourself. Lesson 12, there's what we call 2-minute rule. If you lack motivation to do what you want to do, if you lack the motivation to build the habits you want to build, if it seems like a 30-minute, a 1-hour time for physical exercise is too much, just do it for 2 minutes. Read for 2 minutes. Take the breathing exercise for 2 minutes. Take a break for 2 minutes. The 2-minute rule is telling us that you can start with small, manageable actions. That's what it's telling us. That means start with small, manageable actions. Even if it's just for 2 minutes, do it. Then there's what we call habit tracking. Track your progress. Monitor your progress. Are you on track? How much you have made up your mind to be drinking 4 liters of, let's say 2 liters of water a day. Track your habits. Today is Friday. As at Monday, how many liters did you drink? Did you make up your 2 liters? On Tuesday, did you make up 2 liters or you took only 1? Wednesday, half liter. Thursday, none. Friday, 4 liters. Track your habits. When you're able to track your habits, it will help you to, to build it better, as in to build your desired habits, to see that you're making progress, and your progress will be a form of encouragement to you. Other one is habit contract. Commit publicly to reinforce accountability. Let people know. Make a public declaration. Make a public announcement. Let people in your world be aware that you're planning to build on a particular habit. And when you do that, it helps to keep you on track, because there are people that will expect you to be accountable to your public declarations. So habit contract is very important. That means committing publicly so that I can reinforce accountability. Number 15, social influence. What do you mean by social influence? Surround yourself with people who embody your desired habit. Surround yourself with people who embody your desired habits. Very, very important. Just like we said earlier, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. And we said earlier that each of us are accumulation. We are an average of the five people around us, of at least the five closest people around us, our habits, our character will always be, our prosperity, our success will always relate to these people around us. Then identify reinforcement, identity reinforcement. What do you mean? Use affirmation to reinforce your desired identity. Yes, affirmations. I'm great. I'm great. I'm simply the best. I'm amazing. Use affirmations to reinforce your identity. I'm smart. I'm a good student. I'm a great learner. These are very important, very, very important, as it enables you to build and solidify the good habits you're trying to build. Number 17, habit shaping. What does it mean here? Gradually adjust your behaviors to align with your identity. Gradually adjust your behaviors. Now you're a non-smoker. Adjust your behavior, to align with the habits, the behaviors of non-smokers. Okay? You're a better student. Okay? Align your behaviors towards being a better student. Very, very important. Consistency. Number 18, consistency. Show up even when your motivation wanes. Show up, good people. Consistency will really, really help. Consistency is a very strong force when it comes to enabling you build the right habits. So be consistent in that right habit and you'll be surprised at the result. Number 19 is habit rituals. That means you should create meaningful routines around your habits. You should have meaningful routines. When you have meaningful routines, it helps. It goes a long way to give you, ease in building the right habits. Habit reflection. What do we mean by that? Analyze what works and what doesn't work for you. Analyze the habits you're building. Is it working? Is it not working? Is it okay? Is it not okay? Analyze the habits. It goes a long way to help you reinforce the best of habits and help you remove bad habits, wrong habits from you. Habit reversal. What do you mean by habit reversal? It simply means replace negative habits with positive alternative. Replace negative habits with positive alternative. That's one great lesson from this book. Replace negative habits with positive alternative. Number 22, habit graduation. Level up your habits over time. Level up your habits over time. Okay? Improve. If you're able to study for 30 minutes a day, you can level it up to 40 minutes. When you're already good at 40 minutes, you can level it up to 50 minutes. When you're good at 50 minutes, you level it up to an hour. Okay? That's how it works. Habit graduation. That's another key lesson from the book Atomic Habits. Habit momentum. Start small, then build momentum. Start small on that good habit. Start small and then do what? Build momentum. Start small and build momentum. That is habit momentum. Then we have habit scorecard. List current habits and assess their impact. List current habit, your current habit, assess its impact on you. How is it impacting you? Is it impacting you for the best? Is it impacting you for the better? Record yourself, score yourself on your habits. Then what is what we call habit aversion. Habit aversion. Habit aversion. With habit aversion, we means you should associate negative consequences with bad habits. Another key lesson from this important book is what? Associate negative consequences with bad habits. When you do that, it's going to make you avoid wrong habits. Habit forecasting: anticipate challenges and plan ahead. That's another key point. Anticipate challenges and do what? Plan ahead. Very, very important. Then we have what we call habit identity journal. Write down your habits. Good people, write down your progress. Write about your desired identity. Write about where you see yourself tomorrow. Write about how you see yourself in the next 1 month. Then write about your progress. Call yourself on a daily. How are you going towards this goal? How are you achieving this goal? Do that and you'll be surprised at the outcome. Accountability partner. I can tell you that a lot of things I've achieved, have been able to do, is because I was able to help, to get accountability partners. I was able to get people, who will hold me accountable for taking some actions. And this really helped me. This helped me a lot to stick to the right habit. And I can tell you it's going to help you. So identify with friends, with colleagues, professionals. They can be your accountability partner. Okay? They can, when you're moving, when you're deviating, they are there to tell you, shh, calm down. You're going off track. When you're on track, they are there to cheer you up. So it's very important to have a habit accountability partner. Then habit rituals. It's about around your habits. Very, very important. Create meaningful routines around habits. Very important. Very, very important. And then do what? Number 30, analyze what works and what doesn't. It's very important. We say, now, good people, we have looked at 30 key lessons from the book Atomic Habits. I hope we've had value, good people. Now, let's quickly look at some other points. But before then, remember that the power lies in consistent atomic habits. The power lies in consistent atomic habits. Now, let's go further to our next subtopic. How do we apply these principles from atomic habits to our work? How do we apply this to our work? We say start small and be consistent. Start small. That means that you should focus on making tiny adjustments to your behaviors, okay? Small will lead to lasting improvement. Then remember, like we said earlier, consistency matters. When you start small and you're consistent, you will be surprised at the daily improvement, at the lasting improvement that you have. So aim for daily progress, okay, rather than occasional leaps. Number 2 way you can apply this principle to your work habit is design your environment. Design your environment. That means, what do you mean by that? Make changes obvious in your workplace. Okay? Arrange your work tools, arrange your files, and put reminders that can be prompt to your desired habits. Okay? Let your habit reinforce the person you aspire to be. Design your environment. Eliminate distractions. That's what we mean by designing your environment. Design it in a way that it eliminates distractions. which actually hinder your productivity. Then there's what you call identity alignment. Who you are influences your habit. Let me repeat it. Who you are influences your habit. So align your work habits, okay, with the identity you want to build, and let your habit reinforce who you aspire to be. Okay. The next one is habit loop. Remember, we talked about habit loop before. CUE, craving, response, and reward. That means you should identify the cues that trigger work-related habits, then adjust them intentionally. That's what you mean by habit loop. Cue, craving, response, and reward. That's habit loop. Then reward instantly. Reward yourself instantly. When you exhibit desired work habit, reward yourself instantly. Reinforce positive actions. Then celebrate small wins. That's where we are saying reward yourself instantly. Celebrate small wins. Take yourself out. Give yourself a particular reward as you're making progress on building that good habit. As you make progress in building that right habit, reward yourself, okay? We talked earlier about system over goals. Very important. System over goals. Shift your focus from specific goals, okay? Then do what? Build effective systems. Because systems always drive consistent progress, while goals are endpoints. Systems will help to identify the daily progress, what you have put in place to enable you achieve these habits. Okay, while goal is actually about the end point. Then number 7th point, to enable you apply these principles of atomic habits to your workplaces. Fix the system, not the people. Fix the system, not the people. What do we mean by this? It means that if organizational habits need change, look at the system. If organizational habit needs change, do what? Look at the system. Bring about policies, the proper procedures, rewards, and environments. They help to play what make habits easier to form. We said the 4 laws of habit formation. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Thank you. Now let's look at practical exercises and action steps that will help you build good habits and do what? Break bad ones. Let's quickly look at some practical exercises you can take. Practical actionable steps you can take that will help you do what? Build good habits and do what? Break bad habits. Number 1 is what? Identity-based habit. That's number 1 strategy. Focus on becoming the person you want to be. Let that be your focus. Your focus should be, am I healthy today? Am I fit today? Not just about, oh, how many seconds did I walk? Remember, we talked about 2 minutes. You can do the 2-minute rule. Walk for your 2 minutes. Walk for 2 minutes. Take that good habit, 2 minutes, that right habit for 2 minutes. Okay? Focus on being the person you want to be. Then define your desired identity. Like, I am someone who exercises regularly. Okay? I am someone who is time conscious. I am someone who is a consistent learner, a lifelong learner. Make it your identity. Let it be like people should know that as you, as your character, as your personality. Then prove it to yourself with small wins aligned with that identity. That's why we said earlier, celebrate small wins. Celebrate your wins. Let's look at another practical exercise. Change the cues, change the trigger. Change the trigger. If there are particular things that tend to trigger you into a wrong habit, change it. Identify and then do what? Alter the cues that trigger your behaviors. Okay? For example, we will soon talk about habit stacking. You know, stacking a habit on top of another. One like habit stacking is building a new habit on top of a previous habit. I can say, as soon as I take my breakfast, I can take a walk. Okay? I will exercise for 10 minutes after brushing my teeth in the morning. That's habit stacking. So change the cues, change the trigger, identify these triggers and alter it. These are some of the practical exercises that this book, Atomic Habits, is actually helping us to identify. Make it obvious. That's one of the rules. Make the habit you want to build obvious. You want to be a lifelong learner, you should have books around you. You should have a good library. You should download books, okay? You want to be someone that's physically fit. You should have your fitness gadgets around. Make it obvious. Increase visibility of your desired habit. You want to drink more water. You should always have a bottle of water around you. Okay, make the habit you're trying to build obvious. Then use visual cues. That's placing, like we said, placing a water bottle on your nightstand to prompt action. We've talked earlier about changing your cues. We've talked about identity-based habits. We've talked about changing the cues, and we've talked about making it obvious. Now, make it attractive. Associate positive emotions with good habits. Okay? If you want to reduce your sugar intake, you should make drinks that has low sugar content attractive. Okay, make it. There's what we call temptation bundling. Please read that book. Read it and understand what we mean by temptation bundling. Temptation bundling is actually pairing a desirable activity with a less desirable one. Temptation bundling, very, very important too. Another one is make it easy. Reduce friction for good habits. And like we said, apply the 2-minute rule. When you apply the 2-minute rule, it's going to make it quite easy for you. You know, instead of being afraid of having to read for 3 hours, just read for 2 minutes. Just take a walk for 2 minutes. Just take the deep breath for 2 minutes. Okay? Do those things and you'll be surprised at how far you achieve this thing. Then another one is immediate satisfaction. Immediate satisfaction. We are looking at practical exercises and action steps to help you build good habits and break bad ones. Make habits satisfying to reinforce this new behavior. Then attach rewards or positive feelings to completion of good habits. Okay? Good people, are we together? Overcome setbacks. Expect occasional slip-ups, good people. Please don't give up when there are setbacks. Anticipate it. It can happen. But when it happens, what happens? Know that you're going ahead. You're going to the top. Okay? Focus on getting back on track quickly. That's what we mean by overcoming setbacks. Thank you. I hope we have value. I hope we are having value, good people. Hope you are having value, good people. All right, let's look at how can you create your own habit stacks based on your existing routine. We've talked about habit stacking. If you look at the book Atomic Habits, habit stacking is very important. Okay, but how do you do that? Identify your current habit, then choose a new habit to stack. We will soon go into a practical session, practical examples of how to stack your habits. Okay, number one, identify your current habit. Make a list of the habits that you're currently performing consistently. Okay, this could be your daily routines, your daily rituals, your daily action that you take without much thought. Then decide on the new behavior you want to adopt. Then find a logical connection. We are going to do that. Look for a natural connection, okay, between your existing habit and the new one. Ask yourself, what kind of habit can I stack on top of this? Then keep it simple. Create your habit stack. For example, you say, after, for instance, let's give an example now of creating your habit stack number 4. You can say, after I brush my teeth in the morning, I will do 10 minutes of stretching. Another example can be, I'll write down 3 things I'm grateful for. That's an example. We said after lunch, you will do this. Okay? Create your habit stack. Put the new habit on top of an existing habit. Keep it simple and specific. Make the new habit easy to execute. Don't make it hard. Don't make it difficult. Start with small actions. Be consistent, be specific, and then you'll be surprised at your achievement. Anchor it to a consistent cue. Then track your progress and be patient and consistent. Be patient and consistent. Don't give up. That's why we encourage small wins. That's why this book encourages small wins. This book encourages small wins. Celebrating small wins will enable you to do what? Achieve this. Okay? Build on this great habit. Now, let's look at examples of habit stacking. Examples of habit stacking. Number 1 example here on our screen is, after I pour my coffee, I'll review my to-do list. That means you're telling yourself that as soon as, if writing to-do list is a challenge, you will always do that immediately you pour your morning coffee. Another one is, if you're struggling to manage your social media, your use of social media, do what? You can say, okay, when I sit down to work, I close all social media apps, all social media tabs. That is one. A lot of people find it difficult to differentiate, to separate work and being on social media. If you have such challenge, you can tell yourself, okay, anytime I sit to work, I'm going to close all social media tabs. Another example is, after I turn off the light at night, I'll read 1 page of a book. That's another example. Other one is, after I wake up, I will meditate for 5 minutes. That is habit stacking. Putting a new habit on top of an existing habit. Just a way of making the new habit easy. Another one is, after I finish lunch, I'll take a 10-minute walk. That is habit stacking. Examples of habit stacking. Then you can say, when I brush my teeth, what happens? I'll do 10 squats. And then after I finish dinner, I'll write down 3 things you're grateful for. So good people, take your time, go through the class, learn. There's a whole lot for you to achieve. We said there are some deeply ingrained habits you can build. Acknowledge this challenge. Start small. Identify the triggers and pattern. Replace, don't erase. You are looking at deeply ingrained habit. Use habit stacking. Visualize success. Seek support. Track your progress and celebrate wins. Thank you so much, good people. Let's just quickly browse through another summary of this same interesting topic. Habit stacking. We've talked about the author, James Clear. I will summarize the book. Number one here says start small. This is just another breakdown of the book, Habit Stacking. Start small. Break down habits into manageable sizes. Number two is what? Embrace identity. Focus on becoming the type of person who naturally does desired habits. Number three, recognize the triggers. Okay, cue awareness. Number four, make it obvious. Make it obvious. Design your environment to make your desired habit more obvious. Number five, crave change. Associate positive emotions with your habit to make them more appealing. Number six, master motivation. Use both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation to reinforce habits. Number seven, implement routine. Establish a consistent routine. Be consistent. Leverage temptation. Please take your time to read on leveraging temptation. Increase the friction for bad habits and then decrease the friction for good ones. Optimize your environment. Then stack habits. Okay, focus on systems, not just goals. Review your progress. Review your progress. Then do what? Embrace failure. Embrace failure. Don't be afraid of failure. Embrace failure. Celebrate success, good people. Acknowledge and reward yourself for your victories and your good job. Stay consistent. Okay? Visualize the outcome. You can see what this person is doing. Visualizing. Visualize the outcomes. Okay? Commit yourself publicly. Commit to your goals and progress publicly. Create accountability partners. Find your tribe.